Night Tier 2 action, the final race of the season. We are here in Saudi Arabia. Last race for all of ZOR, Season 7 here. Expect to be a good one. We've got a championship race as well, which clearly something's already happened. My name's Costco, joined with Spider-Man. Did you see anything with Lunar Jedi? So we jumped in a little
Yeah,
late on the stream there. Apologies.
it looks like he crashed towards the end of Sector 1, uh, kind of just before the like the big banked turn. I guess he lost it coming out of that really fast right turn and then left, and just absolutely binned it. So he's out of the session, and he
Jeez.
is, yeah, he's our leader right now. So this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, some immediate drama. Yeah, Lunar, the championship leader right now by 9 points. It's Brian Scott in the AlphaTauri, who we're going to see is chasing him tonight. It's a 9 point gap. We'll attempt to do some quick maths as the race plays out. But yeah, early drama here. Lunar will be starting from the back of the field. Wonder what the AlphaTauri radios are saying at the moment. But
Yeah, Brian should really just look to get a decent. Oh, okay, he just goes
that's what
fastest
he
by
says
seven
about
tenths.
playing it safe. He has come in. He is wanting to. He's ready to take all of it here. So
Yeah,
far,
he's looking for a fight.
It's early days, but Brian is saying he's up for the challenge here. Should have a dandy. Last race of the season, season 7, in the books for Zenith Online Racing. Everyone's already ready for the new game, but we're gonna finish on a high note here. I'm thinking.
Definitely, this is gonna be an interesting race for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't. The stakes are already high. It doesn't get much more daunting than Jeddah here. Uh, as we see Jamie Mario having a little issues with the first sector. The walls are closing in. The first sector, it's kind of all about balance. You can't go too hard, as I see someone clip a wall there. Um, it's just the perfect balance here of trying to push as hard as you can while still keeping it under control. We should see. I'm sure some close calls, maybe some accidents. Not wishing that for anybody, but it may be a tough one here.
Yeah, the problem with, well, most close tracks like this is that even if you make a slight mistake and tap the wall, you can still pick up damage, and then that kind of just ruins your whole race. As Zyke just puts in a time to go third on mediums. But yeah, it's very technical track, especially Sector 1, like you said. Sector 3 mostly just the one turn that you really need to keep track of, and then the hairpin, of course. Gonna be interesting to see if anyone's gonna game the DRS going into that to the pit straight, because you can definitely abuse that in the race. So
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but definitely some gamemanship could be at
I
hand
mean, you
here.
you can do it. You can do it slyly. Just let off a little bit before that final turn. Make sure you're just behind.
Coming around, yeah. Which, if well, depending how much time, how many laps are left. I guess the smart play, like you're saying, is to counter that. Is if, not to battle into that last turn. Just make sure you get a good exit, and you should be able to clip them on the long pit straight. But yeah, we should see some gamemanship there. We saw it in real life. Hopefully, no Max Lewis funny business.
Yeah,
In real life, I think it's a god awful track.
oh,
So
terrible. Absolutely terrible.
yeah, it's just atrocious. They right from the start, it wasn't even ready when they got there. To no one's surprise, both races they've had there, or both race weekends have been a bit of a nightmare. But hopefully, for some online racing, it makes for some good action.
Yeah, for sure. When lives are not on the line, you can push.
Yeah, yeah, it's more fun to watch that way. The when they were there last season, I even it was an F2 race. Someone didn't even get off the line. It was like a horrific accident. They had like a stop and go restart like three different times, and then F1 came on and they had another like three, four stops. It was
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Luckily, no red flags tonight.
Yeah, true.
Ooh,
I can't imagine
Zag
what
goes
these
around
races would
there.
be like with red flags.
He's right.
Rectiver moves up into P1 now on softs.
Yep, joins Brian in the front row. Zyg's gonna have to either start a new lap or he might go in. Yeah, he's on three laps already and he spun out there.
Yeah, Slasher just started his lap. Currently sitting P10, so he put on a new set of softs, it looks like.
Yeah, hadn't set a time yet.
Oh, and he invalidated.
Oh, he did there. For a second, I thought he saved it. Yep. Yeah, this is one of the tracks. Kind of qualifying reminds me, at least my strategy. Like in Canada, it's just get a time on the board, and if you want to push it after, you know, you can.
Yeah,
But just getting
definitely.
something on the board is a lot of pressure off the shoulders.
For sure, yeah. That was my strategy for every race when I started league racing. Do one run of just like the most careful
Hmm.
driving. Just get like an okay lap in and then just go for it.
Yeah, so at least you have a little safety net there. Ooh, his wreck goes wide, but at least you have a little safety net if something goes wrong afterwards.
True. Yeah, I don't think he was on a lap. His ERS is full, so
Yeah.
Slasher is pulling up to the start line now, and he's spinning. Probably no. I mean, he should have fuel. He just
Maybe he
what's the
didn't.
minimum fuel on Saudi? Isn't it like
So,
4 laps or something?
if it's a lot, then yeah, that'd be a lot. They should be able to go back around. I'm not sure. Having us not having this race tomorrow, I haven't touched this track.
Yeah, yeah. Any excuse to not drive this track,
Right?
I'm fine with.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's all the kind of relatively useless, but somewhat helpful knowledge you pick up just from like practicing that week. I was like, now I don't have like just like you were saying. I was like, wonder what the minimum they can go out on is. What's the tire wear gonna be right after the formation lap? No idea for this track. Couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, I mean the only reason that I vaguely remember what the minimum fuel on this track is because I remember the esports race, uh, and like all of the drivers would just be like max driving it to burn fuel before they started their lap.
So it was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some are like you
those
can get it down to like
are
just two laps, but
yeah, yeah, but some of them are just like insanely like 4 or 5 laps. Grim just set a purple sector 2
yeah,
on
he's coming around
mediums. Yep.
on the mediums, getting some track evolution here. And
Ooh.
up into third there on the mediums. Grim, a force to be reckoned with tonight here.
Yep. So as it stands, I think yeah, Brian set his time on the mediums, and Grim just set his time. Zygs was on the mediums as well, and I think Hightower did his on the mediums too.
O'Brien's was on the mediums.
Yeah, Brian's was on. He hasn't beat his time on the sauce yet. I think he's just put them on, and he might be getting ready to come out now to do his
Yeah, I
final
wish I
run.
wish that was something they would show us. They flip the logo once they put on new tires, so you have no idea what tire they went out and set that actual time on. I mean, you could without looking at the
You
race
should be able
directly.
to. You know, you can do it in the spectator menu. Just set the detailed. You can change it between tire and best, and I
So then
think
this will
tire
just
is
sit
what
on the
they're.
back. Ooh, my man.
Yeah, tire is what they're on right now,
And then
and best
Zyg as
is what
well.
their
Yeah.
best is.
Oh, we do have. I saw a yellow, but
I think that's just Grim going
Yeah,
slow.
okay, that's who I went on board with.
Yeah,
He's
Hightower moved
just
up into three. Soy was always fifth, I think. Hmm.
yeah, two McLarens making a move here. I see Cash, the Alpine is going back out. Can't see how much time's left, but I would assume enough for him to get around. And Zeig up into second place on the softs. Both the Ferraris looking good here. Early on in qualifying, or late in qualifying, early on tonight. Yeah, up in second. Grim in fifth on the mediums. They'll be up to something.
Yeah, I mean everyone's gonna be going for a good performance, so it's even though Lunar's not been able to set her time, it's still up for grabs really for Brian. Um, Lunar is currently P9, is that right? Because I guess Mario and Slasher haven't set times.
And Slasher didn't set a time as he's gone into the pit.
Oh, that's
Not
unfortunate. I guess he
not
just invalidated
yeah, not
every
helping
time.
out his AlphaTauri teammate there.
Yeah, that's not a good move. I mean, it's a
Given
tough track.
that's
I'm gonna be
the
honest. Like,
Alonso of old days, being real ice cold. Uh, does not set a time, so he will be behind Lunar. Lunar hit a two people just like you were pointing out. Wow, it's two people who didn't set a time.
I think no, Rek isn't on a lap. He's on his out
And
lap.
Cash, I don't think started in time, and he just invalidated. So I believe we are done.
Yeah, Rek is gonna Rek Soy. Ooh, a lot of people coming out now. Brian's coming out. Cashin invalidated. I guess he wasn't pushing anyway. Uh, yeah, Brian's out on the soft, so he definitely feels um a little pressure.
But that should do it. So we have Rek and Zag on the front row. Rek taking pole for the last race of the season. He's got a lot of pace. Just needs to stay away from those walls on turn one, turn two. It's just a absolute menace of a turn. It's horrendous.
Yeah.
You come to a halt, you basically go backwards immediately, and it's just
Oh, Zyke. I guess he just
just didn't.
retired.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Hopefully, 22 fixes that. It never knows when they're actually done, and you just have to watch all of qualifying as the timer ticks down, even though no one's actually on a lap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be too much to ask for. Well, Brian couldn't ask for a much better qualifying there. Technically, he would have the net lead. Obviously, it means nothing at the start of the race, but definitely better than seeing, your the opponent you're trying to hunt down up on pole.
Yep, definitely.
But they're
Um,
going to be facing some stiff competition here. I guess Rec was on. There's no way. Did that count it? Because that
yes.
was a ridiculous lap.
Whew, 127.9.
Oh, I
That's
think I know what's wrong. My Delta and timer's all messed up. All right,
classic.
now I see it. We're good. False alarm. Yeah, what an absolute lap there, Jesus. Now I see the time remaining.
I mean, yeah, pretty much everyone's done. I think Hightower just finished his. He couldn't improve on his time. So that is it for quali. Rec is gonna be P1, Zyke P2, and Brian P3. I think Brian's the only one gonna be starting. Oh no, Grim.
Grim
Grim
will
is
be
gonna be
there.
starting on the mediums, yeah. And then Lunar will also be starting on the mediums, probably. I'm guessing since he's starting 10th. Did somebody disconnect? We had 12 racers, right?
I thought we did. Did, did we lose someone?
Um, I mean, it's showing 11 racers now, so.
Guess we only had 11.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, I think we only did, and then 10 when Luna went out. All right, well, there's the order. But yeah, Rec, the P1, not a close P1. He put in a hell of a lap there. He just needs to make sure he gets ahead, stays clean the first couple turns, and he's clearly got the pace.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess we have to keep in mind that Brian's lap was on mediums, and it was towards the start of the session as well. Rex was right at the end, so track evolution and stuff will be coming into play there pace wise. But still, monster of a lap. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's the only thing we can say is Brian isn't gonna have it easy.
Yeah, he'll have the two Rec with that soft tire pace, the two Ferraris. The McLarens are putting some laps, but they didn't end up on the mediums. I thought one of them had set pretty good time on mediums, but I guess he went to softs since it was just with Grim. But yeah, he'll have his work cut out for him, and so will Lunar. He'll need to cut through the field.
Yeah, he's gonna be hoping for a good start. Maybe pick up a couple of places in Sector 1 off the start. And then set the pace from there.
A last look at the 2021 cars. Let's see who looks the best in the game. Because I don't have 22 yet.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I know some people been giving it a go.
Yeah, I gave it a go yesterday. It's interesting. I don't know. The formation lap reminded me that um, the tire temperature has completely changed. Now when you come out of the pits, they're ice cold.
Ooh, it's like a little more realistic.
Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to get them up to temp while racing. Oof.
Yeah, that was something I never understood, like with this year's game, with all like the tire temps, looking at the settings, the carcass, the brake, and all that. But none. It's really only when you're restarting yourself. It never came into play in the pits. So I guess a little more realism.
Oh, Coxey disqualified and Cashin?
If they came together, somehow Slasher avoided them in between them, but they'll reset. I wonder if, because now the formation lap is manual, right? Do you get punished for messing up on the formation lap for next year?
I have no idea. I hope not.
Luckily, yeah, as I say, in
It's
2021, there's no pressure, and they'll just put you right
no
back where
pressure,
you
yeah.
started off on. I just love how they use the word immersive. It's an immersive formation lap and an immersive pit stop. All you have to do is hit
Yeah,
one button, but it's immersive.
it's immersive. Alright, they are lining up on the grid.
Wonder how some of the nerves are here. Brian up in P3. Stakes are high for him. So we're about to get away. You see the red lights. Hit the lights. We are racing. We'll see if Rec can get away or if Zyg has something to say about it. Into a daunting turn one. Rec does get some space. He can take it out wide. It looks like, was that Slasher or Brian?
Yeah, that was Slasher.
One of them had to go wide there, but recovers nicely and keeps it going.
Yeah, beautiful start from Grim. He is up into third now. That's up 2 places. Lunar Jedi too, going up into 8th from 10th. Great start. Yeah, like I said, he was looking to make some moves.
Yeah. Cash drops down. Several spots had a rough start there at the end of it.
Pretty clean start other than that.
I'm gonna say impressive, well done. Everyone gets away or keeps it balanced and on the track. We saw some drivers had to go out wide, but they are on track now, on pace, looking to settle in. We'll see who can get into a rhythm. Slash is coming right up to the back of Soy.
Yeah, he's really close. Probably gonna try and make a move down the straight. And all the time they're fighting, Lunar Jedi's just catching up.
Yep. Lunar went with the medium, so he's on the same strategy as Brian here. But he's not going to want them.
Ooh,
What he
close.
does. Yeah, Slasher goes around the outside there. And I guess
and
Soy picked up damage.
Pits, yeah. Unfortunate.
I wonder if it was on that last hit, or maybe that's why Slasher was catching up. Not sure what happened there.
No clue. Yeah, but Rectiver is making really good time on those softs. He's gonna have to squeeze out all that performance in these first couple of laps before they start dropping off.
Yep. Get away as much as he can before he's on the inferior tires to end the race. Hypothetically, depending on...
Hypothetically,
we'll
of course.
We'll see what events transpire here tonight.
Yep, Brian is very close to Grim right now.
In some traffic.
Oh, Hightowers side by side.
Still going side by side. We're dancing.
He is ahead now.
Dancing in second sector. Hightower gets it done.
Oh, Brian might have picked up a penalty in that turn. Or a warning, rather.
So now Lunar's coming up to the back of Slasher. We'll see if Slasher can make him work for it.
I mean, he needs to if to protect. Oh, he dives into the pits.
What happened there?
I have no idea. I guess he picked up damage at some point.
Grim
he wasn't really battling
Grim
anyone.
fought off Hightower, and that let Brian sneak back in, and they touched a little bit there. It looked like their wheels came together. But yeah, didn't mean to cut you off there. Not sure what happened with Slasher. Did not put up a fight. Perez would be upset.
Oh, Hightower might have damage. He's going really wide on a lot of these turns.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened when Grim held them off, or I know Brian and Hightower came together, but it looked pretty innocent enough.
Yeah, but the slightest damage on this track, and it
Yeah,
completely ruins, given like how
that's a
fast all the
really
turns are.
that's a really good point. The margin for error is just too small.
Yeah. Ooh, Grim, you can't be cutting that turn, my guy.
As we do have Coxey's gone round here, but he's going again, so the flag should get put away here shortly. I think he lost his wing. I can't quite tell.
Lunar Jedi showing some great pace, picks up fastest lap. Hightower, do you have damage, Hightower?
Oh, he
What
went
is
back
happening,
round.
buddy?
And he's in danger of getting swallowed up here. Said it, I know several races throughout the year, but not many better at defense than Grim. He is good at keeping a lot of people, even when they're in the DRS range, keeping behind him. He'll have a big task here as Brian goes to the left side of him.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna be able to do it this time though.
But he's biding his time. He'll have the, goes extremely wide. So we do have a retirement.
Yeah, he retired. Was that in the pits? I think
No, I see
Oh
him
no,
on
he
the...
crashed. Yeah.
Oh, Rek was just debating whether he should go in or not. He's gonna take his chances.
It's a safety
It
car,
is.
so
Well done. Yeah, I
job.
could just see Rek had pulled up. Ooh, Brian gets a 3-second.
No.
Ooh. Right when I cut to Rek, he was just coming to the pit lane and he was teetering on the line. You could tell he was trying to make a decision, but it pays off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so now all those guys that started on the mediums are going to be moving up. So Grim is P1. Rex still comes out P2 because he had such a great lead. And
Lunar just got off the mediums.
That's interesting.
I guess
That's actually really interesting.
It could be, I guess, the best of both worlds. He did make a climb up, and then I guess now... I don't know, do you not take your track position?
I don't know. I think he might be trying to do something like getting onto the same strategy as Brian, because then he can easily just match the calls, and as long as he's ahead, he can keep position. Yeah,
so that... Yeah, you're right, that script flipped already, because now Lunar 3 spots ahead of him, and yeah, on the same tires. Zyg having a lot of faith in his Tier 2 brethren that no one else is going to crash. He wants to take those hards to the end.
Yeah, interesting call there. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what hard performance is like on this track. I can imagine it's not going to be fun in those first couple of laps.
Can't help. It sounds like it's going to be even more of a nightmare next year for what you were saying.
Oh yeah.
So Brian, JMU Mario, and Soy with 3 seconds. Let's see if Lunar's picked up any. Lunar has 1 warning.
1 warning, okay. Alright, I guess he just needs to keep it clean, and 3 seconds is a pretty big window. They both seem to have great pace, so...
Yeah, especially if some funny business comes down to the end, you don't want it to safety car to wreck your race with penalties at the end.
True, yeah.
So looking, so Grimm's jumped up 4 spots in first now, just like he was saying, for being on the mediums, gets his reward. He's got track position. Rek and Zyg in second, so Luna's jumped up 6 spots.
I'm also just taking a look at the fastest laps everyone said. So Lunar Jedi has the fastest, which is a 132.1, and then after him it's Rek with the 132.3, and then
And was that on the
the
mediums for
closest. Yeah, that was no. Oh yeah, that was on the
Yeah.
mediums actually.
Jeez.
Yeah. Then after both of those times, the closest is a 132.8. So they have a pretty good bump in pace, or a pretty good window of pace. 132.3 to 132.8.
Yeah, geez, that is impressive. Alright, safety car is coming in. See if we can get off to another clean start/restart here.
Grim backing up the pack as the safety car goes in. Warming up those tires, and it looks like he's off. Nope. Goes back.
Rek thought he was.
What a terrible camera angle. Okay, there we go.
You're talking that really far away one?
Yeah.
The only reason I liked it was only oh, and there he is, he's off. It's just because right there you could see the safety car go in on one side and Grim come around the other. But Grim does get away there. Lunar already, did he get that spot? He did, he nicked it, he's up into third.
Woo.
A lot of traffic there in the back.
Closing in. Yeah, it looks like a pretty clean start. A couple of places lost and gained.
Yeah, impressive to keep it composed with traffic around here.
Oh. Slasher goes on the inside on Zyg. He did tap the wall though, so... Oh, and he taps Zyg. Oh gosh.
Completely cuts that. It looks like I'll have to concede that. That brings his teammate Brian into the conversation as well. Both of them are going to have to try to get around Zyg on those hard tires, but Zyg having none of it.
And up ahead, Lunar. Yep, Lunar makes a move on Rek. Going into that final turn.
F gets the better exit there on those softs. He is up into second, and Grim is next. And Slasher did get around Zyg while that was happening.
On the inside, but very clean racing from Grim and Lunar there.
And Brian gets around Zyg as well, so the AlphaTaris are off. Gonna look to catch Rek. They're gonna hope Grim can hold off Lunar as long as possible. So I know we were talking about it, I can't remember if we actually mentioned it. If Lunar gets first or second, he is guaranteed the championship regardless of what Brian does. So that is what is on his mind right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he just needs to keep what he has going, I guess, and hope that Rek is looking to put up a good fight against the AlphaTauri brothers.
Yes, Lunar is looking to have his moment, but Grim keeps him pinned up against the wall and carries on. Lunar's stomach might be in his throat right there after that. He was real pinned up. And now we have ourselves a good old-fashioned DRS train here, from first to fifth.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we are about to see, I assume, some great driving here from, well, really the whole tier, but this top half driving this close, following each other on this track. It's a big task.
Lunar's gonna go on the inside into this bank turn, keeping it very close, but it looks like he's got the move done. Moves up into P1.
Well done. Yeah, it looked like he had it, and then Grim had a little bit of a wobble, and that was it.
Yep, so now he has to roll, push, and hope that Grim and Rek can keep the AlphaTauris behind.
Ooh, but we have someone off. Jamie Mario. That gap don't matter now. It is another safety car.
Oof.
Every crash around these parts is on track. So I don't know, maybe Grim might have a decision to make. Does everyone want to just carry on? I know I feel that way on some of the safety cars. I was like, if we all just agree to not pit, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Grim does go in. Yeah, I thought he might be at least the only one in that top pack thinking about it. Soy and Cash also go in, but Jamie Mario out of this race. The second victim from this circuit tonight. Hopefully the last. But if you're a betting man, you might say otherwise.
Oh man, I wish I knew the tire strats or like how long they lasted for this race, because isn't the default strategy if you start on softs to switch on to mediums lap 10, then do 15 laps on mediums?
If you start on the softs, yeah, because you can. Yeah, I guess depending how much you'd wear out on qualifying, 15 on the mediums definitely very, very doable. Yeah, with only 25 laps.
Oh man, I'm just trying to think. Brian does not have a new set of mediums though, right? He has to switch on to his old ones if he does pit for mediums.
Well, he started on the ones he qualified. Wouldn't he have a second set? Right?
I guess he would, yeah. I mean, pitting now obviously is out of the question because you're just gonna come out at the back, but I was just trying to think if Brian did pit onto the mediums.
Take it from there, yeah. Yeah, that could have been a call there. Get on a different strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He might be doing the same thing that Lunar's doing, which is just staying on the same strategy and hoping that he can catch up.
Yeah, I kind of already started to flip as I was saying that, because it's really then you're trying to do 15 lap all on the mediums when Lunar's got probably a couple still solid laps left on the softs, and then much younger mediums the rest of the way. That could have backfired there. So it's kind of, yeah, it reminds me of not saying it was a bad call, good call, but it reminds me a whole bunch of like how NFL coaches just never take a risk at all and try to put off a potential loss like as long as they can. So as long as you stay in the same strategy, you're within striking distance, you can always make a move at the end.
Yep, for sure. GP Colin has joined, what?
I thought he might be I heard he might be in the engineering business tonight. I think it was for the Ferraris.
Interesting.
The only reason I wouldn't want him as my engineer, and has nothing to do with him, is he would tell me to take the tires for as long as he can take them, and I'd have to tell him, I just can't. I just can't.
Oh my gosh.
He'd tell me to stay out, I'd know he'd be right, and I wouldn't listen to him.
just dive into the pits and just be like, you know what, champ?
I was like, they're
You're
dead.
just better than me.
His tires are dead. I promise you.
Man, he finished second in Tier 3, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. I would assume so. Well, safety car
he finished
is
second.
finally going in.
Hey, and you finished third. Congrats.
Yeah, after a couple weeks off, I finished strong there at the end.
Good job, buddy.
I'm not mad at it. I thought I was gonna have to come to Jeddah without a race win. I was real worried. But this is much more enjoyable.
Yep, safety car is going in. Lunar comes around the final corner. He should. Oh,
Yeah,
he's off.
He chooses to gun it right as he gets around. It looks to have worked, especially on the superior tires there.
Yeah, I think Rek was expecting him to slow down as well, because that's what he did.
Scrim jumps ahead on his teammate there with the sauce versus hearts. Probably was a easy decision to make there.
Yep, other than that, doesn't look like anyone's made or lost positions.
No, the guys in front definitely got away pretty cleanly. So we'll see if third time's the charm. If Brian starts picking up pace, is Slasher gonna help his teammate out or not? But he has no obligation to. He's quite quick himself. We'll see if that comes into play later on. As
Oh
Alpine.
no, Cashin. Oh, okay, he didn't crash.
Everything intact. Always hold my breath the second there's a flag up around here.
Yeah, Cashin's not having the best time around this track.
Few do. As Brian's dropped
This guy-
out of DRS range of Slasher.
Oh yeah, he has.
Slasher's making a move here. Goes on the outside into that first turn, gets it done ahead of time, well done. Doesn't have to battle in that first and second turn.
Did Slasher make a did Brian make a mistake? Is that why he dropped off a bit?
I don't know if it was just like one mistake. I just know he was teetering on DRS with well, I guess DRS hasn't been activated yet though.
Yeah, but
So maybe because he fell about a second out from Slasher. But he could have had a moment and then saved it. Because now he also is coming up on wreck.
oh, and he makes a move too.
Gets it done. We'll see if he can hold them off coming around. I guess on the superior tires he should be able to keep him at bay. Is that Slasher that went in the pits? Who went in the, yeah.
He was on, yeah, his lap or his tires are 10 laps
Yeah,
old.
'cause he had to pit early, so
Yep.
he'll look to the mediums. Yeah, and just go to the end. All right, as it has been all season, Lunar and Brian, first and second. But advantage to Lunar here. Brian's going to have to make something happen and hope Lunar runs into some trouble here.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be interesting. Brian could potentially pit before Lunar and get onto mediums and then try and do the undercut. Lunar can alternatively pit before Brian, which would
undercut the
Brian
undercut.
to do, yep, force Brian to overcut. It's gonna be interesting. Especially since they're coming up on their ninth lap with
it's gonna be time to do something different. I think at this point, Rec I feel like is in an interesting spot because taking the mediums to the end would be real long.
Ooh,
so
that's
I think
a very good point.
Before he loses too much time, he'll want to get off and get on the softs to see if he has something to say about it. Obviously on pole with that incredible lap, he definitely has the pace, but kind of might be stuck in no man's land right now.
Oh, Grim is really like in a weird position. 4-lap old softs. Could he? Oh, Lunar Jedi picks up a 3-second penalty, so that puts him and Brian on the same amount.
Massive implications there. Brian's got to be happy. If he wasn't pushing yet, he's pushing now.
So now the question is, how many warnings does Brian have?
Yeah, has he been able to keep it clean?
So Brian got that, and then so he's picked up 1, 2, no, just 1. Yep, looks like just 1 warning since.
Oh well, yep, then that's big for him.
Syke picks up a penalty too.
It's going to be Grimm's turn up against Rec. Goes to the outside here. Gets it done nicely. Rec knows he probably can't battle too long on that anyways. Slasher on the mediums. The times are falling down now. Setting the fastest lap.
Looks like everyone's just picking up penalties at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, perhaps going too fast as he picked up a penalty. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to need to start praying there is no other incidents, or this could throw the entire race into chaos.
Yeah, definitely. Safety car will stop being able to come out at lap 21, right?
Yeah, probably. Technically, maybe 22. Go around once. They might give you 24, 25, but almost there. As Rec is actually fighting back here, and he gets Grim, who has to pull up.
Wow.
Oh, Grim's got to be upset with that. Lost the ground he had just overtaken there. Rec on the old mediums. Which I guess really aren't that old for mediums.
Yeah, 11 laps.
Lunar and Brian are really pushing the softs. It's going to be decision time here shortly. if Rex still battling with everyone else on the softs, then he might just be staying out.
Yeah, I don't think Rek is going to be pitting again, unless there's a safety car, of course. Zyg probably, oh well, most likely is not going to pit again either. He also has 6 seconds of penalties, so...
Yeah, the hard strategy was bold call. Honestly, was still would have worked with no incidents since, but I guess if you can't get traction, he was having some issues.
Yeah.
On a lap or two around there on the hards. Grimm's still falling back a little bit. Too far back to make a move on Rek. And Lunar's just been opening the gap now, almost a second really. I know it was at like 2.8, 2.9. It's a little under a second, but he's definitely increasing his lead there.
Yeah, this might be his in-lap then, if he's trying to pull up, or pull ahead on Brian so that he can get as much space. Because 12 laps is starting to push it as he touches the wall there.
Ooh. That might be just enough for him to make the call. Ooh, and he, oh no, that was Brian. Some of these camera angles, they lag so far back, it's catching the guy behind him. Jeez. I think it was Brian who went wide.
Alright, let's see what he does. And he stays out. But Brian does go in, so it looks like he's going to be going for the undercut. He's going to have to pit and really push. Because Lunar Jedi is going to see that and go, oh well, now I have to push as well.
Yep, he'll have to... Oh, did he go wide there?
Yep. Wide, that might have been another warning.
If you push now and come in this lap, it could be, you know, it could be quick enough to cut off any advantage there.
Yeah, so Brian came out behind Slasher, so if they can pull each other along in DRS, it could give them a very good chance.
Yeah, that's going to be their best shot here. Brian just teetering on the edge there, is now in DRS range.
Yep, and it's Slasher's
perfect timing. It's perfect timing, as this is where he's got to make up the gap.
Alright, Lunar Jedi is going to be pitting.
But is going to run into traffic. It's not ideal that Hightower's right in front of him.
Oh, thank God.
Was he speeding almost?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He like locked up right before the
no
measuring line. Yeah.
And no wing damage from that slight touch, so we will see where he comes out. As the Alpha Tars are coming around, they're gonna have him.
And he does come out ahead of
Slasher.
Oh no!
I thought they were... I guess, yeah, that first and second turn was just so slow. I thought they were gonna take him.
Amazing. That was a great
wow. As close as it gets. Lunar holds on to his advantage. Now is Slasher technically just more in the way? Because he's already dropped out of DRS.
Yep, Brian, he lets Brian through. Because Brian now really needs to
and
just
it's
push
now or never right here. You've got to get in front of him and see if something can happen in your favor. Because a Brian gets ahead of him. 1 spot difference is not going to be enough, but
Yep, it's not.
it's the
And
first step.
the issue is that Zyke is 11 seconds ahead as well.
Yeah, on the hard, so it's...
Or, well, actually, sorry, Rek is 11 seconds ahead of Zyke, so Lunar Jedi, or I guess Brian could at best probably finish P2 if he somehow overtakes Lunar.
Yeah, it's going to be his turn to get around Zyke here. Needs to get it done quickly.
Just go fastest.
He's doing what he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, that was also Lunar's outlap, so...
Oh, true, we'll see what he puts in here.
Ooh, Zyke not backing down.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get around him there. And Rek staying out. Looks to be an incredible call. He's got a big gap. He's just got to take it easy. As yeah, Brian just chomping at the bit. Ooh, be patient, my friend. Comes into the back of Zyke earlier, and that might have blown his chance there. Oh, he's putting that left front tire in a dangerous spot. Oh, it was hell of a move.
Wow. Yeah, Zyke backs down just a bit. Going into that turn, you definitely don't want to be close enough to tap. But with all that fighting, Lunar's pulled ahead with a 3-second gap to Brian.
Yep, he does have a safe advantage now. Brian doing all he can. Yeah, coming around that turn, he had his left tires up against the wall, and there's like that little part of pavement in between the wall and the...
Yep.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Lunar with the fastest lap. 129.5. Grim's making a move around Hightower. Good clean drive in there, gets it done.
Oh, Zyke, another 3-second penalty that's going to prevent 9.
Yeah, unfortunately just struggling on the hards there.
Cashton pitting again.
If this was another scenario, I wonder if Lunars would push to see how much he could cut that deficit down to Rek on the old mediums, but he knows where he is right now is good enough.
Ooh, he goes wide on that turn. I don't think that would have been a warning, though.
Needs to be careful.
Yep.
Slasher trying to go around Zyke here, does get it done. Moves up into 4th. So I believe Slasher would need more than just 2 spots ahead of Grim. Grim's in 3rd in the standing, Slasher's in 4th, but I think it's by at least like 10 or something points.
Yeah, I don't think it's too close.
Zyke gets off those hards. Might take away the fastest lap. And it looks like there won't be any safety cars now. We will have no Abu Dhabi in Zenith Online Racing, thank the lords.
So Zyke pit onto soft, so he's probably gonna go for fastest lap, which will be taken away from Luna.
One less point for this incredible season he's had here in Tier 2. Excuse me, once the automatic spot up into Tier 1, I imagine he won't be the only one to go. I'm not sure how many slots are available, but best not to wait around and get it locked up, as the champion does automatically move up.
I think Lunar's actually gonna be going into tier 3.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't know
I
how
think
that
he's
works.
I think he's trying to do no racing line.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. As people take the assists off. I still think he's
Yeah.
probably good enough to stay in the same tier, but that does make
Uh,
sense. I know,
I think he's
especially on a new game.
compensating for new game, right? Yeah. So we might be seeing Brian move up into tier 1.
Yeah, both deserving. As he made
Um,
up all sorts of time.
yeah, not sure what happened there.
There's taking it easy, and then there's taking it easy.
He's going really slow.
Granted, Brian would need his teammate Slasher behind him. Luna knows, yeah, it's best. Don't even touch this battle. It doesn't matter how far ahead he gets when it's just one position. Needs to be careful, though, of going wide. A penalty would be the last thing that could throw this into disarray here.
That was, yeah, I think that was a little bit of gaming the DRS there. Takes back the position. What is happening?
Leaves it there. I understand the not battling, but then I don't understand why he then pulled up close. I guess you kind of have to once you have DRS. Slasher makes a move. Impressive move on those older tires. Oh, but him and Graham are still dancing. Did we lose Graham? We did!
No!
Oh, Graham gets around quickly, though. He might only lose the one spot.
Yes!
Impressive. He turned around immediately. So that's unfortunate, but does only drop down the one spot and gets it going again. But yeah, definitely don't know why Luna would want to do a little bit of dancing. You want to stay clear of any trouble there. But as they come around the final turn here, Brian showed some pace early on. Luna had some issues in qualifying, but he knows it on track. He is the season 7 champion.
Why is he letting Slasher go by?
Oh, he's real confident. Loses a spot there at the end, so Slasher does do his best to make it up, but it's still going to be like a 6-point difference. Would have been bad if he picked up a penalty there.
Oh yeah.
Wreck needs to be said, an impressive drive.
Daddy
Hell of a qualifying lap. Great strategy. So showed pace, also showed staying out on those old mediums. Brian, a great race. It was not enough. He comes up just a bit short. Slasher races to the podium. Because Lunar finishing in 4th is your Tier 2 champion in the Aston Martin. As I'm not sure if we lost Grim DNF'd at some point.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Was that enough for Slasher to make a move? Let's see real quick. Although I guess Grim would still classify. I think does he still get those points?
I don't know, honestly.
Because a 3rd place for Slasher and 0 for Grimm. Leaves them both tied at 168 if I have done that correctly. Third place.
Hmm.
That would be pretty funny.
Wow. Yeah, that would be really
Especially
funny.
since Slasher grabbed that right at the end when Luna was
Yeah.
popping champagne.
Yeah, not sure if Luna mistook where the start line was or the finish line. Um, but yeah, he kept a hold of that fastest lap as well.
Oh yeah,
So
he did
seven
in
point difference. Yeah,
the 129s. Geez.
insane.
All right, we'll see if they want to do interviews. See if they join in here.
They better.
Oh yeah, it was only Grim was only one lap. It was on the last lap, so he still classifies. So
Okay.
he will stay in third. Got one joining us. We'll see if we can get him in here. I know. I was gonna say Lunar and Brian are. Yeah, it's champion. I thought it'd come in, and then we've got Rec just joined us. I was gonna say Lunar and Brian should know how to join. They've been in here all season. But they may be going silent on us. We'll see. But in the meantime, Slasher at the very end there on the podium. How do we feel about tonight? How'd we,
I was disappointed. I thought I was quicker, and then in quality, I was just struggling. I got 8, which is my worst. Pretty sure this
did you have damage early on? Did you pit
yeah.
early? Okay, yeah.
Like lap 3 or 2, I messed up my own. I was just like, ah.
Yeah, it was when yeah, it was that early, and I know Lunar was either coming up on you and was gonna come up on you, but then right as you were coming to the pit lane, we're like, does he have damage? And then in you went. But heck of a rebound. As we have more of us joining now.
Fun fact, because Graham DNF, me and him tied for third.
But we think since he classified, doesn't he get the 2 points still?
We haven't done that at all this season, so
I don't make the rules. I'm just announcing them. I don't know. We were running this. We were already running the scenarios before you got in. Yeah, you were both tied at 168. Unless he gets those 2 points, we'll let you. You two can duke that out. Made for a fun ending though. And then so in second we do have Brian has joined us. You pushed. You came close. Just a bit short. How are we feeling, Brian? And that's all we that's all he has to say to us there.
yeah, I don't got much to say really. It was tough because I had it from the start, and then it just kind of went downhill as the race went on.
Yeah, and then but the second half, I know you were really pushing it. It was a couple moves. Was it with the Ferrari? I think when you knew you just had to keep pace with Lunar there, so you had some freaking impressive moves, but unfortunately just a little bit short.
Yeah, got to a point towards the end there where I needed to push it. The start was just rough. I got pushed off track immediately, lost a place or two, but just kind of didn't get much better from there out.
Yeah, I don't envy you guys having to race this track, and that turn one here is just horrendous. But it was a hell of a race. Will you be taking your talents to Tier 1 next season? Yes, no, maybe so?
I guess it's not my decision, is it? I didn't win, so I get to figure out
we shall see if AlphaTauri's got an open seat next season. But hell of a season, well done, well done. We got Rex with us, winner at Jeddah, has won the lottery. Hell of a qualifying lap. How are you feeling after this race, Rex?
It was. I'm a huge fan of Jet Online, not for the real life racing, but in terms of playing this game, it's one of my favorite tracks and one of my best tracks too. So.
So you knew what was about to happen tonight. You knew what was going down.
No, I don't know. Well, I just knew I had a good chance at the moment, so. But I wanted to see the fight for the title play out, and at one point you did get a bit of that when it was Lunar first, Brian second. I was hoping something could play about it, and fortunately for me, I ended up taking it. Yeah, I feel kind of robbed it from Brian. I don't know, but overall it was a good race.
Yeah, no late safety car drama to throw your strategy into disarray. You went how long on those mediums?
20 laps. I hit on lap 5, so yeah, 20 laps.
Was that like was that the first safety car or something like that?
Yeah.
Something early. Damn, hell of well. That is impressive. I don't envy you at all. So glad I don't have to do this track tomorrow. But yeah, hell of a race, man.
Thank you very much.
Won the.
Congrats on Lunar for the championship.
Yeah, speaking of such, Lunar Jedi, the man, the myth, the legend. How are we feeling? Are you with us? Yes, no?
Your mic is not on.
Maybe. Spider-Man's gonna do your interview for you.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There we are. Now we got him.
Feeling amazing, as you saw my little celebration at the end. I was doing whether I should do that or not.
Did you mean to let Slash to lose a spot? Was that?
I didn't care about this.
You were confident enough in your calculations?
Gap, it was 3 seconds. I was like, I'm gonna celebrate this. This is my first ever league championship. So I was like, yeah. I did the quick math. I would have been 6 points less than Brian or 5 with the fastest lap. So, okay, it's fine. The gap is so we're good. So I just went there, did a little left and right, and came in.
Because yeah, you almost didn't want to end up like you see what is it like the track stars and the bicyclists like running towards the tape, and they just start cheering way too early, and some dude just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, luckily wasn't in that situation.
Well, it ended well. What happened at the start?
Oh,
Qualifying.
qualifying.
Right off the bat.
I was so pissed at myself. I just ran out of mediums and I was like, let's push it all the way, last race. And I just lost it at the end of sector 1. Thought I could cash it, so I didn't let go. Turns out I was wrong. Crash it, so I had to sit out of entirety of the quality.
Would have loved to have that team radio on the stream. Spider-Man, you got any questions? No, not at all. All right, so you can go do your shoey then.
Oh yeah.
Suspiciously quiet after the mention of the shoey.
Love watching it. I don't know if I can do it.
I think you're in the majority there, if that helps.
No, you gotta. No. It's tradition now.
Yeah, the problem is GP set a bar so high that no one can jump over it. Oh well, a little bit longer interviews, but that was because we wanted everyone in there. Hell of a race from the top 3. Hell of a season from all y'all, especially Lunar. Well done, the Tier 2 champion. And it was already locked up for the race, but AlphaTauri in there on the constructors. So good shit to everybody. That'll do it for the whole season. Now we can all delete this game off of our PlayStations.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Did someone say it's already deleted? It was Brian, wasn't it? Oh, well done, well done. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, no idea when the next season starts, but shouldn't be too long. So until then, we are on break. Well done, everybody. That is it for season 7.